Hey guys, I'm Maxi. I'm a Radiant player and a coach, and this is the thought process behind how I carry myself in ranked on Yoru. Thank you guys so much for 50k subs. I love you guys so much. So starting off on Pistol Round, my absolutely favorite buy on Yoru is going to be the Frenzy with a clone and a flash. In the beginning of the round, I'm sending my teleport towards A while I plan on playing B. The second that I see that the enemy Sova dart lands in middle, I boogie over to try to help my Reyna. Right after taking out the enemy Sova, I see that my teammate Sova is having a battle on B site. My Omen's out on switch, so I'm hoping that he holds B main while I try to trade my Sova and get out the Cypher.
Was main.
The next round's kind of a rough one. I get absolutely destroyed by the enemy Jet while trying to contest middle. I have a getaway teleport, which I should have used, but since they're broke, I had a lot of confidence. I also had a lot of faith in my Reyna shooting my dart, but he kind of just stares at me. Luckily for me, my Omen goes absolutely huge and shuts the enemy team down on cap. Going to the next round, usually I'm not a big fan of bonuses, but I had a lot of intentions on using an operator this game. They're fully hitting B site, so I toss my clone and a flash and try to get one before going out to help my Sova on site. Even though it is a bit of a psycho play, I want to be able to cause as much havoc and disrupt the enemy team to help my teammate who's holding down site. He goes completely huge and the round boils down into a 3v2 where my team just wins soundly. Starting off the next round, I send a teleport towards A while I plan on contesting middle. I want to be able to rotate fast in case they rush A, or like in this case, be able to teleport away if things get fishy. This Jet has my numbers so far. I hear a couple footsteps towards the back of A main and my Cypher spots somebody on his camera, so I try to gamble towards the A side and get in this corner to try to make a play.
Oh man, Yoru, can you peek? Hang on, flashing.
My ult's not ready.
So that was one of the absolutely ugliest kills in the world. But big shout out to the Omen for being a W initiator here for the assist. In hindsight, if I looked to the right, I probably would have killed a couple more people, but at the end of the day, we're left in a man advantage at 4v3, so it was worth it. The round boils down into a 1v1 where this Brimstone has a lineup that takes a little bit too long, and my Omen is way too happy to exploit it. Going into the next round, since I have a Phoenix ultimate, I'm fully gambling that they're going to be hitting B site. I plan on playing close switch while having a teleport towards the back of B site. My hunch was completely wrong, they end up going towards B and I get absolutely owned and we lose the round.
Enemy remaining.
Good try, man.
Since that was the very first round that they won, this round I plan on playing A in case they want to run it back, but making sure I have a teleport towards B side in case they want to rush that. My Cypher's already pushing towards A main, and so the second that I see the Sova dart towards B, that's a telltale sign that they're probably going to hit B. So I'm a complete dummy for not checking my corners, but I make sure to get mine. I still succeed in my goal of just causing complete havoc and helping my teammates hold down the site. The round boils down into a 1v1 and my Omen yet again pulls out a clutch out of nowhere.
What are they doing?
Next round I start towards mid just to contest it very early and just try to bait out some utility before falling back and trying to help towards B because it's only my Sova there.
Joke's over! You're dead!
I'm back.
That was a huge misplay on my part. They still have a lot of dudes alive, so there's no reason for me not to expect somebody to try to trade out the Phoenix. Honestly, I start off really slow on the defending side, but I pick it up towards the end, trust. Unfortunately, we also lose this round because we're broke. Going into the next round, I'm right back towards contesting middle because something that I've noticed that the enemy team likes working it slow, working picks until the very end of the round, and that's where they decide to execute. Something that I should have done though for sure is probably fight A main and B main a little bit more aggressively, especially with my flashes.
Reloading.
One health. One
Hell
health.
hit.
The other one main.
Left side health.
Shadows traveling.
Last
I still had 2 flashes in my inventory, and I knew the Cypher was A main, so it's kind of a big brain fart for me not using any of those to try to take him out. That round's on me. Going into the next round, I'm contesting A main like I mentioned earlier, because these guys have been having so much freedom and control around the map, so I want to take that away from them.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Come in, come in.
40.
Die. My
So just like that, we successfully stuffed their push. Right here, I'm playing off my Reyna. His job is to go for 1 and dismiss away. My job is to flash the dudes who are going to be trying to chase the invisible Reyna and go for further picks. He doesn't get one, but I do, so after getting one, I instantly back off and reposition for a sight hold. I shut down the Jet, who's trying to force a long range 50-50, and my Reyna takes out the Phoenix ult, so their team slows down and resets from here. This Cypher gets an equalizing lurk pick, and the same node gets full control of B-side because of it. As I'm rotating, the Phoenix forces a quick pick to equalize it even further, but since I have my ultimate and there's hardly any time left, I have my sights set on stalling the plant and winning the round.
Run.
10 seconds
Got
left. One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
As I'm in my ultimate, I see both of these dudes on site, so I instantly position myself to resurface back site. Since I just flashed these dudes, I'm hoping to just be a nuisance and stall back site, but since the Brim has some serious cojones and commits to sticking to spite, I commit to taking him out. After that, I'm not even fully committed on taking out the Phoenix. I'm more focused on being a moving target and just taking pop shots to just try to stall until the time runs out, and somehow my running gun works, so we take that. Going into this next round, this is an example of a right idea, bad execution. I start off towards A, and when I see a lot of activity towards mid, I end up trying to make an info play towards A main, but the Phoenix is already way too lurked up. Sadly, this mistake cost us the round and we end up losing. The enemy team actually makes some really solid adjustments and adapt really well to our early success. They started defaulting and faking a lot more and strung a lot of rounds together and brought the half back to a respectable 6-6. Going into the first pistol round, I go with my usual frenzy buy, but once I notice that we're all a bit scattered with no sight hit in mind, I sell and go with the sheriff instead. If we're going to be playing for picks and working the map instead, I'd rather have a sheriff over a frenzy in case of long range occasions. The only thing going through my mind right now is just chilling and holding for peaks. I end up re-clearing A main to try to punish somebody in case if they try to push for info, before ultimately working my way up cat to try to trade my Reyna who died earlier. Like I said earlier, I'm working for picks, so the second that I tag the Jet, I smell the blood in the water, so I go for the kill.
Hit 50, so one shot to your deagle.
Our spike carrier is dead.
Spike
One shot to
down
your
B.
I have retrieved the spike.
30 seconds left.
Look CT.
One enemy remaining.
One shot to deagle. Nice.
It's my
The second round's a very unfortunate round. My teammate walks straight into a crossfire and get completely mowed down by a judge. Sadly, we get thrifted, and that leads us to lose the following round because our economy got broken.
I really think we can take B main. Phoenix just didn't get the fucking thing, man. He's just driving and shit.
Yeah, we can just only flash and run at these guys. That Cypher on A is too easy.
So just like you heard me cook up in game chat, I plan on full sending it and entering for my team with a teleport back just in case if I want to run away.
He's on site, on camp. Last two.
Both mid.
Both market.
The second I see this Phoenix close and full blind by my Omen, I have my sights fully set on him and only him. He is my target at this point. As an entry, I'm doing my job no matter what as long as I take out that guy and help my teammates get on site. I flash again because I want to isolate the fight with the Phoenix. My flash is to not only flash him again, but to also flash somebody who's holding for him or maybe trying to help him or doubling up with him. After taking out the Phoenix, I know that there's a player on site, but I resort to holding Market instead to cover my teammates who are flooding into lane. There's plenty of dudes fighting that one guy, so I'm gambling that they can handle themselves. After taking out the Brimstone, I run out of ammo, so I teleport away in hopes of not getting traded. If he's flanked, well, whoops.
cutting through.
One market.
One enemy remaining.
16.
You died last.
Let me ulti out.
Can do
It
it
was
big.
falling out.
It
Like,
was
really
just
fun to
this.
stay there. I'm gonna set my trips out. Oh, it takes it. You just run it down.
forgot.
I'm gonna break the trap.
Cutting through.
You can do that. I can send my Yoru clones too to try to tank one.
Yoru clone.
I'll handle this.
Okay. I'm sorry. Really good.
I'm back.
Spike down A.
Joke's over! You're dead!
One enemy remaining.
Sorry.
You look better.
This was take.
After getting the trade on the Cypher and instantly spray transferring the Brimstone, I swap guns and keep control of Heaven because the smoke's still up. I hear the Soba trying to counter spam me, and I notice that he's running out of bullets, so I use that opportunity to get close and pop flash through to try to take him out. I keep aggressing and I get treated with a free pick on the Phoenix.
One enemy remaining.
Sorry.
You look better.
This was
Going into the next round, we agree to B hit, and I'm right there at the beginning to lead the charge.
I'm gonna flash sight.
He's on site. Two on site. Two on site.
Thanks, blind. There's CT.
Spawn,
Cypher
spawn.
CT.
On site still though.
After getting those 2 entry picks, unfortunately the round crumbles. The enemy Cypher had some crazy trips and had a crazy round. Kudos to him.
I think we go B again. He's gonna expect to float.
My Omen makes a really good suggestion here that ended up being right on the money. High level ciphers are always swapping positions and trying to be unpredictable. Here we're gambling that the cipher expects us to go back A, so we're going to re-hit B and it works out in our favor. As you can see, I'm buying close range gunfights even though I can afford any sort of gun that I want. That's because since I have my ultimate again, I want to be able to run in and clear sight and just take some really close quarter fights.
miss me.
Out logs, logs, logs.
So I'm dead.
Tagged and logs.
One enemy remaining.
Let's go spawn.
So this round ended up being way closer than we wanted it to be. Here I flash spawn to try to get some space, and the second that I hear the spam stop, I use that timing to try to sneak through the smoke, get a pick, and then dip out. The next round I'm planning on working the middle of the map because we've had a lot of success hitting sites fast. And since these guys were really good at adjusting the last half, I want to use that against them and split the site because if they're going to be holding heavy on site, they're going to be really susceptible.
Susceptible.
They're going to be really susceptible. They're going to be really vulnerable to a crunch. On top of that, my Omen had a genius play in mind.
Go Mark or Cat to A. I get a TP here and I usually always kill the tree player for some reason. I don't know the science behind it, but it just works.
Let's do it.
Time to
Go
jump.
fun mid for us.
Yeah.
Try not to.
Had op.
I don't know the science behind it, man. I just work here.
One enemy remaining.
Heaven top.
It's a
Oh
good look for
boy.
you.
It's kind of a crazy play.
Yeah, I know.
We are
It was even better because Sova was right. I just heard it. I was like, oh, okay. Sure.
I was kind of curious about the timing, but that worked insanely well.
Well, it's mainly because they'll peek Cat and they'll hear it, and so they'll try to clear it, and then it's a judge, so you're not gonna be able to clear it, you know?
Smart. I like it.
I'm gonna work a pick with this on.
Okay, I'm not smoking.
revealing
Cypher's on B
Cypher
side. Yeah, there we go, eh?
Jet made it right side. He's stuck right side.
I'll return.
100% right side.
Can we ult him?
Yeah, good.
Cypher already spawned.
He's right side of cat still.
Just have not hit him. Hit him 80. Just about to dash.
Back up.
Reloading.
After my Omen gets a huge lurk pick on the enemy Cypher, I try to work my way up Cat to try to get a pick with the op. After my Omen smokes off tree, I back up a little bit to get a weird off angle in case if somebody wants to walk out the sliver of the smoke.
Back up.
Dropped in
After the Brimstone takes me out, he runs away to try to save the op, but he doesn't run fast enough. Going into the final round of the half, since I have my ultimate again, I call for an A hit and for my teammates to follow me up while I clear sight. The usual protocol.
Evan screen.
I'm back.
Flash it.
Storm close or? I don't think Cypher's here.
Prepare
80 Brim. Pulse.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Evan, could be wide. Evan. Wide as well. Nice.
Thank you guys so much for watching. That's how you drop 32 kills on Yoru in a ranked match. I also want to show my endless gratitude for hitting 50k subs. Thank you guys so much for the continuous support. I plan on putting a lot of effort in a cool project coming out soon as the new act hits. This is today's code for a chance of free coaching.